Welcome to another episode, or rather, our first episode of our new podcast.
Another? I was gonna question you.
Yeah. No. This is our new podcast we're posting on YouTube. As not gonna lie, as for the current name of it, we still don't know. But I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Phil has yet to come up with a name.
Phil has yet to tell us what's going on. So I'd say let's just jump into it. What do you say, Ramen?
Yeah.
What happened?
Literally, all my screens just went black.
Oh, I hate. Why does it do that?
It's your graphics card resetting.
Okay, because I've noticed my my computer did that for a little bit.
Yeah. For those who are unaware, the Switch 2 was released in the United States as of yesterday.
Yeah. And there's been some issues.
There's been a few issues. Namely, one certain company known for buying back consoles for like 10% of its price, maybe less. We're talking about GameStop here. So, allegedly, well, it's not allegedly, there's proof. There's fucking pictures everywhere.
Pictures
of people's
TikTok?
Yeah, of people's Switch 2s being broken as soon as they got home because a lot of the employees at a certain GameStop location, New York by the way, was stapling the receipt of their console to the box of the Switch 2. Which apparently, with the packaging of the Switch 2, the screen's right next to the edge. So they were stapling into the Switch 2 and damaging the screen. So naturally, people were pissed.
I don't blame GameStop.
No. This was 100% the employees.
No, I don't blame the employees.
Really?
I blame Nintendo. What kind of shitty fucking packaging is that?
I mean, like, regardless, you're damaging the box with that.
I mean,
and people like to collect that stuff and probably show that.
Okay, yes. I think what I'm more saying is I don't feel like it was malicious. I just think that was just not thinking.
Yeah.
That was just not thinking. I'm more talking about the actual damaging to the Switch. I don't fucking blame them. Damaging the box, yes, I blame. But I guarantee none of them knew that screen was right fucking there.
Right.
Which brings me to ask, what the fuck is that screen there? What happened to the protection?
I think the sole reason why, I don't know what the box looks like. I don't own it.
Oh, well,
I probably won't own it for a good while.
Let's look up how much or like how it's packaged.
An unboxing. Look for an unboxing video. Because if I believe what I believe it is, when you open the box, you get to see the Nintendo Switch 2 up front. And where they were stapling was where you would open. That is my only guess as to how they packaged it. It's kind of like getting a smartphone, where when you open the box for the smartphone, your phone's literally right there on like the very top to present itself to you, you know? Be like, here you go. Here's your new device that you waited for so long, or you spent so much money, like a kidney and a fucking half. Fucking Apple.
Oh my god.
How's the unboxing?
Okay, so I'm looking at it right now. And let me make this full screen, and I'll share it right here.
Okay.
Like,
and
this is...
watching?
This is,
Oh, yeah, I was right! I was fucking right!
Yeah. So here's the screen just right here, up front and center.
Yep.
The thing
I was right.
This is what worries me. If something were to fall on top of that box, like right on top of it, it would hit that screen.
Yeah.
There's no indent or anything. It's not like in the box and like there's like an up kind of thing giving it some give.
Yeah.
It's like literally right up against the cardboard. That to me is shitty packaging.
Yeah.
Like, we've opened a lot of consoles in our past, I feel. Like,
well, I don't remember opening the original Nintendo Switch. Because for one, long ago. Like 8 years ago now.
let's see. By the way, credit to this video. This goes out to Chippy Gaming. It's Chippy Gaming's video that's from.
Because I'm wondering, is the original Switch the same way?
Oh, that's what I'm looking up right now.
A lot of handheld devices in general are presented that way.
I don't remember the 3DS being presented that way.
I remember my phone being like that.
Yeah, your phone is... my phone's different.
Don't make fun of my phone. Don't make fun of my phone.
Oh, this is
an iPhone! Because if the screen's up front and center...
No, it's the exact same.
Really?
Here, look.
So, yeah. That's just Nintendo. Yep. That's just Nintendo. That's how they just package them.
Okay, but to be fair...
Because it's supposed to present it to you, Kat.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
But look, it's also a little bit deeper inside.
Not really. Not as much.
It is. A little bit deeper, but also...
Pull up the other video. Pull up the other video. We must compare.
We must compare. Nah, thank you, Chippy, for being able to afford this. Appreciate you, man. I don't know who you are, but god damn it, us broke bitches appreciate this shit. Okay. I think it was better in my opinion, honestly.
But, like, regardless of how it was packaged.
Yeah. Hold on, let me show you. Okay.
Is this a side-by-side?
This is the Switch 2. This is the original Switch. Look at that. This has way more protection than this does.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, because there's a depth to it.
There is depth. This is, like, on top.
So yeah, that explains why those staples were literally hitting the Switch. I don't think anyone in Japan thought we'd be stapling receipts into the box.
To be fair, yeah, we're really stupid. Why not tape? If you really want to do that.
Like a cute little Nintendo sticker. Be like a fucking mushroom. Just put it right there. Be like, Mario! Wow! Nope. that specific GameStop. Alright, good enough. Next.
It was like an assembly line.
Yeah.
They did stop it. What are they doing?
They did stop it.
What are they doing to fix it? Because this is a fucking expensive mistake.
I do believe I don't know if they were refunding or just getting replacements. I'd have to double check that one. So, literally, quoting from GameStop themselves on their official X account, saying, "We've addressed a unique case of staples damaging Switch 2 screens isolated to one store. Replacements have been offered. Staplers have been confiscated."
The staplers have been confiscated is fucking funny.
That's such a funny... I don't know what's been happening with GameStop lately, but their posts have been unhinged lately.
Staplers have been confiscated.
Because, like, they've been going wild on this.
Yeah.
One of the funniest ones is there was a tweet of, I guess, this guy named Jab saying, "Going to a bunch of GameStop Switch 2 launch locations just to get free Red Bull, canceling my order, and then leaving." And then GameStop is like, "How would we ever recover from this?" Yeah. Another one is show a Switch 2 receipt from anyone to trade your old console in for 20% bonus now until whatever literally it just says buy your Switch 2 from someone else, we don't care.
Oh my god.
Like they're literally just sharing that. We don't care. Show a Switch 2 receipt from anyone to trade your old console in for 20% bonus. They've been popping off recently.
You know what? It's good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. They were dying until the whole freaking stock market thing.
Right.
Not like
Which that whole thing was hilarious. Let me just tell you.
Fucking funny. God damn it, we missed out.
We missed out hard on making some bank.
Oh well. But that was funny.
Yeah. It was.
But you know what's not funny? Let's say that you don't want to instead you want to fix it, Ramen. Yeah. Let's say you want to fix your Switch too.
So
what's going on, buddy? What's going on, pal?
For those who don't know,
mm-hmm.
I am 100% in favor of fixing your own products or fixing your own purchased goods.
Yeah, I
just
can't
because
tell. I can't tell.
It's yeah. Because it's a right that we have.
Yeah.
And that companies can get rid of.
It's our shit.
It's our shit. We bought it. It belongs to us. So whatever happens to it, it's our choice. However, with the Switch 2, they learned a lot from their first initial launch of the Switch 1, where a lot of people jailbroke their Switches to get basically insider look at future games, but also free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. Piracy. I'm just gonna say it right now. And obviously pissed off Nintendo and was not a fan of it. But like, that's where that gray line is. Like, do we go more for anti-piracy and take away rights from users, or like, do we just let them have it?
And we see which one they chose.
So when it comes to the Switch 2 and its repairability, I want to say, it is one of the worst consoles to work on ever.
Why's that?
So reason being, the whole voltage thing that I discussed with you earlier,
yeah,
a lot of it was a lie.
Oh, okay.
But there's some truth to it.
Okay.
So when it comes to overloading, it's the CPU that does it, mind you. So it's the main processor unit of the Switch 2 that if it gets an irregular voltage, it shorts out completely.
How would it get irregular voltage?
So the only way you can do that is if you either desolder it yourself, which, what the hell are you doing? How'd you break a Switch that bad to do that? Or as most people were trying to do, they were trying to jailbreak it.
Okay.
So it was necessary anti-piracy, like, I guess, software? It's not really hardware.
Yeah.
Safety measure, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, a lot of people were basically going through an active minefield trying to jailbreak their Switch 2s.
Okay.
Which, like, luckily, I mean, not really luckily, but to each their own opinion, it took one person 24 hours to finally, quote-unquote, jailbreak.
Okay.
I say quote-unquote jailbreak because what counts as a jailbreak is putting an active software or mechanic that was not intended by the developer of the console. So in this case, with this certain user, I'm not gonna name it because for one, I don't have their name. I just remember seeing their video on it. They managed to get a video to play through their hardware.
Okay.
So they actively bypassed the security measures to play a video. Granted, it's really nothing.
I was about to say that's,
but it's a step.
That's small potatoes.
It's a step in the right direction to, if you really wanted to jailbreak the console. It gives them a path to look forward into. It's basically a massive puzzle game for those types of people.
I don't know. I feel, don't get me wrong. I think I can't blame Nintendo for trying to, stop piracy and everything because one, they're a fucking company. Let's be real. Yep. Number two, yeah, I mean, don't steal shit. But at the same time, the fact that Nintendo technically owns still their Switch 2, even though we paid $500, is a fucking bullshit thing.
Yeah, so there was a terms of service that was, I want to say uploaded last month before the Switch 2 release.
Yeah, it was literally on your regular Switches.
Yeah. Which basically just says that any type of software change in your console that's been detected will automatically lose your rights to that console.
And their way around it is the fact that Nintendo says, no, we're giving you basically the privilege. So
yeah, you're paying we're giving you the privilege to buying this console.
Really? Yeah, that's what it is. $500 is like, oh, we're giving you the privilege to play on the Nintendo Switch 2. I think instead of bricking their system, they should force it to go into a factory reset. Wouldn't that do the same thing, Roman?
The factory reset? Like yeah, no one's really found how to do that yet.
No, I mean like a forced factory reset.
Yeah. Like I mean, but like with a lot of the online services, like it doesn't really matter.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Because your save files are saved on their, quote unquote cloud.
Yeah.
Or a cloud in general.
Yeah, but like that's games and shit. I'm talking about when you're trying to jailbreak the actual device.
I mean, yeah.
That way you don't lose your games and you don't get to do what you're trying to do.
Right. I don't know how their security is off the top of my head. Because there's a lot of ways they can go about it. They can IP ban, which is if your console is connected to the same IP address or MAC address to any internet, it'll automatically detect it and block you.
Yeah.
There's also I want to say it's like it's just breaking. So what will happen is if your account is detected to have some weird suspicious activity, especially if you're connected online, what'll happen is they'll track what your serial number is on your console and just brick it. So sever the connection completely. You just be like, yep, you can't use it anymore. You have to either return it to Nintendo to get it fully repaired, or just deal with it. Buy a new one. There's a lot of ways they can deal with it. Those were the two more harsh ones. But back to the go on. No, go ahead. I was gonna go back to repairing.
Yeah.
Switch 2. Other than that, because that's just the whole irregular voltage. With the actual hardware itself, that fucking console has so much glue on it.
Yeah.
It has a lot of glue. So not only is everything screwed down, which it typically is, there's a lot of strong adhesive that the main repair company itself, iFixit, has literally stated one of the hardest consoles to fix because of how annoying the amount of glue there is on that thing.
Of course.
Yeah. So they managed to do a full breakdown, and they even said themselves that even the Joy-Cons are difficult to repair and just do not recommend, which sucks, because you want to know something funny? During the breakdown of the Switch 2, they found out they're still using the same joysticks. You remember the joystick problems we had when the Nintendo 1 came out? The Nintendo Switch 1?
So, yes, I'm still gonna brag that Ramen does all of my fucking controllers because, well, fuck it. If you got someone down the street that's willing to do it, why not? So, Ramen did my Joy-Cons. These are the original Joy-Cons I had. I think these were the busted ones, actually.
I can see me.
Say hi.
Hi! Hi!
But yeah, so these are the original Joy-Cons I had, I believe. The ones that were busted.
Yeah.
You replaced the joysticks
The joysticks.
with what was it? It was like a magnetic.
It's called Hall Effect.
Okay, what is that?
So it's a Hall Effect joystick. So it's the newer version of joysticks now that instead of using a potentiometer, which is just metal on metal contact, it uses magnets to detect where it's at. Which in general, magnets last a lot longer than metal to metal contact, just because with the metal to metal, you're losing a lot of friction each time you use it.
Yeah.
So if you play a lot of games, you lose a lot of friction, and that's where you get stick drift. Not to mention, if you like use your controller a lot and you have poor hygiene, unfortunately, it also gets dirty really fast. So a lot of those grums or hair or pet hair, I've seen a lot of weird controllers and while fixing stuff. A lot of that gets into the joysticks and also cause stick drift. There's a lot of problems when it comes to metal to metal contact for joysticks.
That wasn't the issue with my controller. My controller was I dropped my Switch and the connection or like the sliding bit bent. Like that was my problem. I think my joysticks were fine. You just replaced them because you had them and you were trying to avoid the problem in the future. I think. I don't remember.
If I remember correctly, I think I just did a huge overhaul with your joysticks.
Yeah.
Because I changed the shells and changed the buttons. I believe I replaced the sliding part.
Yeah, you did.
And I went ahead and replaced your joysticks as well.
I was about to say, I think you just went ahead and just replaced them. They weren't broken or anything. It was the sliding bit that was broken. But you just were like, well, I'm already fucking here.
Yeah. Just because it's not expensive.
Yeah.
It's not expensive at all to get those Hall Effect joysticks.
So the fact that they're using the old ones instead of using the ones that you used. What so
I'm saying we're gonna have the same problem again.
Okay.
That people are gonna start using it, obviously, and they're gonna get to the point where their Joy-Cons are gonna get stick drift again.
Lovely.
So a lot of the old fixes might still work for it. I'm looking at the breakdown of the controller currently. It could fit a small business card cutout. Hopefully. I mean, I see the plastic shell that surrounds the joystick, so it should hopefully do it. That was the original fix.
Yeah.
Before Hall Effect came out and the joystick replacements came out. Because literally, the problem with the original joystick was that when in use, you're pressing down on it, and it has wiggle room in there inside the shell that allows it to push the metal prongs inside further and further in to the point where if you bend the metal too much, obviously it loses friction.
Isn't that what happened to my 3DS?
Yeah.
That button issue? Because I remember I couldn't. It was literally the button that I needed for the shield that I couldn't play Legend of Zelda. I never finished Ocarina of Time because of it.
Well, to be fair, with your button, the fucking ribbon cable disconnected.
Oh god.
It was that because I guess at some point you dropped it.
Yeah.
And it dislodged the ribbon cable. So as soon as I opened it, I just plugged it back in, closed it, and it worked.
I'm so mad. That thing hasn't worked in fucking years. And it was that fucking easy of a fix.
It was a super easy fix. But like that's the thing with the Joy-Cons and the joysticks, right? It's that like literally if they had designed and took the time to engineer that little bit of extra plastic to align it correctly, it would have fixed it. That was it.
So
the reason why I'm hoping they did it with this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much space those joysticks have.
Yeah.
Because I just see a breakdown. I don't
Yeah.
see, you know, that I don't have X-ray vision, unfortunately.
But in theory, you should be able to repair one. Like
in theory,
a basic repair.
I mean, yes, you could.
In
it would
theory.
just be extremely difficult.
Okay.
Just because Nintendo used a lot of glue this time. So Nintendo really wanted to make sure that everything did not move.
Because the original story we were going to, before you did a little bit more research, is what we were under the impression of is any repairs had to be Nintendo.
Yeah, 100%.
So this is a much better outcome than I thought that was going to happen.
So it's doable. After more time has been spent on it, it's doable. It's just difficult.
Gotcha.
I will say, screen repairs and motherboard repairs are not doable. They're unrepairable.
Oh.
Reason being is because if you were to get a third-party screen for your Nintendo Switch 2 that has a fucking staple hole in it, you won't be able to get one.
Well, that's
Reason
because
being,
it's not on the market yet.
No, it's not even that. The third-party, screens in general, or just a screen replacement that were to happen, is hard to do. Because that can trigger the CPU. So if you don't have the correct specs.
So what are you able to repair on the fucking thing?
Everything else but that.
So you can repair what, the fans?
You can replace the fan. You can replace the Joy-Con sticks.
Well, obviously the Joy-Con is whatever, separate. Yeah. But I'm talking about like on the thing itself.
I will say, a lot of the knickknacks and features of the Switch 2, you know those like red covers, that are inside. Yeah, you have to remove those, and they're like stickers. So if you remove it, you're gonna have a hard time putting it back.
Wait, they're stickers? I thought it was plastic. I thought that was plastic. Those are stickers?
So because of that, the only way to break apart your console of the Switch 2 is to remove those completely, which exposes everything on the inside.
Including the CPU.
No.
No?
Literally,
are you talking about the Joy-Cons?
The Joy-Cons. The Joy-Con connections.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. The Joy-Con connections so you know those strong magnets?
Yeah.
They're uncovered now.
Oh, lovely.
In order to get to those screws that are hidden behind the stickers.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. So, okay, what's the order? You have to pop it open.
So, obviously, disconnect the Joy-Con.
Well, duh.
And you'll have a number of screws to go through.
Okay.
I think you have like 2 or 3 at the bottom. You have 2 at the top. You have 4 in the back.
What?
Where the folding handle is.
Okay.
The propping stand for the Switch 2.
Yeah, I'm talking about the sticker part bullshit.
So there are 2 screws inside the holes where you put the Joy-Cons on each side.
Okay.
And they're not exposed.
Okay.
So they are hidden.
Okay.
And the only way to break apart the Switch 2 is you have to remove those stickers, the blue and the red. So inside where it is,
Yeah.
there's a blue and a red side to tell you where you want to put your Joy-Con.
Alright, hold on. Let me look up the
Those
Switch.
colors need to be removed because they're hiding the screws that you need to take apart the Switch 2. Here's the issue. Once you remove it, it's hard to put back. So it's never going to look good. And then if you leave it off, you're exposing the screws that are there. You're exposing the magnets that are there. And possibly exposure to any water-resistant stuff. So if you were to get a liquid in there, which if you do that, you're dumb or 5 years old, which fair. You don't know much.
It's fair, you're 5.
That could also easily break the console.
Oh, I see. I see the inside now. Yeah, so there's
Yeah.
that's a sticker?
That's a sticker. Hold up. I got a good photo right now.
Yeah, if you want to share your screen.
Oh, I was just gonna send you the photo.
Oh, just share your screen.
I literally got the perfect pause.
Oh my god, that's a fucking sticker?
That's a sticker. And that is the only way to expose those screws.
That is such shit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of cons
title.
when it comes.
On the fucking title up here. I just want to point out, Joy-Con still need work if you catch our drift.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Fucking
it's bad. It's bad.
That is
Nintendo
garbage.
never fixed their main problem.
Jesus Christ. Everyone bullied you guys.
For years, and they still never fixed it.
Jesus Christ.
It's probably because it's cheaper just to fucking use those.
They probably still had some left over.
Yeah.
Ugh. Are you still getting the Switch 2?
Probably not anytime soon.
Probably not.
If I was gonna get the Switch 2, I'll probably get it like if there's a neat game that came along with it. But like
I'm waiting for the Legend of Zelda game.
I was gonna say if they have a Legend of Zelda like limited edition Switch 2.
I'm not doing that again. I am going to wait for the confirmation of the Legend of Zelda. I'm not doing again what I did with the Wii U.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit again.
I'm saying like a limited edition like let's say for instance for like the 3DSs. So you know how they had the original and then they had the Mario and Luigi themes.
Yeah.
They have my Monster Hunter that I have back there.
They have the Mario one that was only a Black Friday special. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm thinking.
Like if they have a good one of that, I'll more than likely get it.
I kind of want to get the one that's kind of like how they did with the Tears of the Kingdom, like the custom kind of one like that.
Exactly. So that's probably what I'll wait on for the Switch 2. Just because, like, right now, there's nothing appealing.
I agree.
There's nothing appealing other than the fact that they fixed a lot of their Gen 1 games, I guess.
Yeah.
They fixed Scarlet and Violet.
They did?
Yeah.
They fixed it.
They completely fixed it with the Nintendo Switch 2. Because, yeah, in the end, it was a hardware problem with the game. Game Freak was limited on how much they can run the Switch 2. So this is our first episode of whatever the fuck we're gonna call this fucking podcast.
Editing cap, please put the title here.
The title right here. This title.
But thank you so much for joining us. Like I said, we want to try something a little bit newer. Record it this time. Hopefully this will be out on hopefully on Monday. I want it to be out on Monday. Editing Cat, make that happen. Also, please donate to Extra Life for Team Toxic Cure. We are currently working with them in order to raise money for the Alberta Children's Hospital. We are currently over $1,000, and we want to get to $10,000 by October. So, link in the description below. If you want to follow us on Twitch, we stream every other Friday and every other Saturday for Morning Mole, which is another hangout stream.
We'll have all the links in the description.
Yeah, and we also do Gaming Fridays. So, link in the description below. Join our Discord server. Join us all on our Twitch channels. Individual, Ramen and I both have our own. And yeah, Ramen, you got anything else you want to say?
Pen, pineapple, apple pen.
Yeah, he's not going to be here next week. Have a good night, everybody.